Hi! Once upon a time, when gaming consoles only supported local multiplayer, visiting friends for cooperative gaming was a common practice. And although local multiplayer has long since yielded precedence to online play, split-screen games for 2 players still exist today. In this video, I've compiled the 25 best, in our opinion, games with local co-op support that have been released over the past few years. I'll start with It Takes Two. Considering that this game requires 2 players for completion, it's not surprising that it features a split-screen mode. This captivating cooperative platformer, created by the developers of A Way Out, tells the story of a couple magically transformed into dolls. They won't be able to return to their bodies until they mend their strained relationship, aided by a lively book with a rather unique sense of humor. The game is full of jokes and humorous scenes, and it will also delight players with an impressive variety of gameplay mechanics and locations. A Way Out. This game was designed with the intention of playing on a single screen, providing the most positive experience of cooperative gameplay. Each player here controls one of the prisoners who find themselves forced to work together to escape from prison. Each of them has their own reasons for this, and as the escape plan unfolds, you will learn more about the characters and their motivations. The game combines challenges to your skills, dynamic action, and even narrative choices, as the story can take slightly different paths depending on your actions. In the end, we have an excellent action game with beautiful graphics, unexpected gameplay situations, and remarkable teamwork interaction. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons Remake. If you were asked to name one of the best cooperative games in recent years, what would come to your mind first? Probably you would mention It Takes Two, which rightfully earned the Game of the Year award in 2021. Starbreeze Studios was responsible for its development, but before A Way Out and It Takes Two, the studio gifted us the game Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons in 2013, which received high praise from both players and critics. It was an adventure game with puzzles. The story tells about 2 brothers embarking on a journey to find a cure that will save their father. Throughout the game, you have to solve puzzles, visit different locations, and face various dangers. Recently, a remake of this wonderful game was released. It is a pleasant and sometimes emotional journey that I recommend experiencing cooperatively with a friend or a loved one. In the remake, the visual aspects have been completely reworked to match today's graphics standards, and the soundtrack has been re-recorded with the involvement of a live orchestra. Outward. A hardcore RPG with online cooperative play for 2 people or split screen on a single PC. Here, you will explore a fantasy world, encountering many dangers such as aggressive monsters, diseases, hunger, thirst, and cold. The world of Outward is full of wonders and fantastic creatures, but despite the presence of wizards and monster hunters, it's not exactly a fairy tale place. You start as a debtor with only 5 days to repay your debt, and how you do it will determine your further story. The game strives to be more realistic than other fantasy RPGs by adding survival elements and numerous other mechanics. Even casting spells here isn't as simple as pressing a button. Surviving will be very challenging, but teamwork will increase your chances. Ultimate Chicken Horse is a team-based game with a cartoonish style where up to 4 players work together in a race on maps created by the players themselves. Choosing an animal character, you'll overcome various obstacles, jumping on walls, dodging arrows, and leaping over gaps. You can also set traps to hinder your opponents from reaching the finish line. Thanks to an extensive creative toolkit, gamers are not limited in their creativity. Call of Duty: Black Ops Cold War. Cold War boasts an extensive narrative campaign about saving the world, a wide range of modes and maps, an engaging zombie mode, and integration with the free-to-play Warzone Battle Royale. In general, there is entertainment for every taste here. The most interesting part is that split screen is available in each of the modes. The Ascent. If you want to immerse yourself in a world of corporations, neon lights, and hackers with a friend, then this excellent blend of RPG and top-down shooter is exactly what you need. In the world of The Ascent, interstellar travel has long become a reality. However, only a handful of billionaires can afford it, and for ordinary workers, the only chance to emigrate to a distant planet is to sign a slave contract with a corporation and then spend their entire lives working to pay off the debt. Playing as one of these workers, we arrive on the planet Velis, where a vertical hierarchy reigns, corporations at the top and crime and slums below. Neon signs, lively urban districts, an open world, augmentation upgrades, and colorful action with destructibility, everything you need to satisfy your cyberpunk cravings. WRC9. This series has never managed to surpass popular racing franchises, although WRC9 almost succeeded. The game looks stunning. Like its predecessors, it supports local multiplayer. Some might be disappointed that split screen cannot be customized and the game can only be played in pairs. However, if you want to have fun racing off-road with a friend, this is the perfect choice. Stardew Valley, an excellent pixel-style farm simulator. The cooperative mode with split screen was introduced in the 1.5 update and transformed the entire game. This content-rich life simulator gained recognition from a large number of players because here, you not only cultivate fields but also engage in various activities, explore mystical caves, endure winter, cook various dishes, battle monsters, fish, start a family, and even participate in local seasonal festivals. Borderlands 3. Games in this series have always been known for their split-screen feature, and the third installment is no exception. Borderlands 3 uses both horizontal and vertical split-screen. Moreover, on next-gen consoles, 4-player gameplay is available. If someone jumps out of the tank, it's a fun shooter that invites friends to embark on a journey across multiple planets in a distant star system. Shootouts, explosions, and intense chases, all for the mythical treasures adventurers seek. Streets of Rage 4, a near-perfect sequel to the classic street brawlers of the 90s with numerous references to the original trilogy. A real delight for old-school gamers, this game literally transports you back to a time when everything was done with passion. Everything is beautifully drawn, the combat is convenient, and the story is tied to the previous parts. After completing certain conditions, characters from previous installments become available. Cuphead, an indie platformer that gained immense popularity due to its difficulty. Few games offer such hardcore gameplay. Local bosses will be memorable for a long time, including their appearance. Cuphead is inspired by 1930s animation, so the visual style is genuinely impressive. But besides the vivid artwork, Cuphead surprises with its gameplay. The ordinary run-and-gun gameplay constantly evolves and tirelessly introduces new challenges, increasing the already substantial level of difficulty. For the King, a turn-based roguelike with RPG elements, an open world, and 3v3 player battles. Here, players take control of squads of fighters and embark on a journey through the world to prevent the kingdom's demise. In split-screen mode, the involvement of multiple players plays a strategic role. Teams can split up and control a larger territory or stick together and increase their power. Procedural generation of maps and events ensures impressive replayability for the project. Unrailed, an unconventional multiplayer game that allows local co-op play where players lay down railroad tracks in an infinite, randomly generated world. Working together, you'll need to gather resources, upgrade wagons, and deal with various obstacles and dangers. The train keeps moving forward, and the only thing that can stop it is the team's failure to keep up. Gears 5. A tough, bloody, and brutal shooter, the continuation of the Gears of War series that was once exclusive to Xbox consoles. Expect intense firefights, dramatic events, and incredibly beautiful landscapes. In addition to the cooperative story campaign, there is the Horde mode where players will fend off waves of enemies with increasing difficulty. All of this can be experienced in split-screen mode. Trine, The first 3 parts of the Trine series were good but not perfect, yet they still deserve attention. However, the 4th and 5th parts turned out to be simply magnificent, with stunning visual design, challenging puzzles, an interesting story, and 4-player cooperative play available online and on one screen. If you're looking for a good fairy tale with a focus on cooperative gameplay, this is exactly what you need. Darksiders Genesis, a spin-off prequel to the Darksiders series that changes the genre and camera perspective to an isometric action game. In this game, a pair of characters, Strife and War, battle enemies in hell and beyond. Darksiders Genesis offers a deep combat system, interesting character progression, and charismatic characters capable of sending any monster back to the underworld. Cat Quest 2, a delightful cooperative action game dedicated to saving kingdoms of cats and dogs from dangerous enemies. Playing as princes, you'll fight invaders and cute monsters, solve puzzles, and pick up equipment that suits your combat style. The game also boasts humorous jokes and a vast amount of content. Clearing all dungeons will likely take many hours. Children of Morta, a story-driven action RPG roguelike about a family standing against an encroaching evil in the world. In terms of gameplay, it's a typical roguelike, but thanks to a compelling story and interesting characters, Children of Morta stands out among its genre counterparts. Each family member is a playable hero with a unique combat style. Heroes must assist each other, exploring procedurally generated dungeons and collecting various items. The Escapists 2. In this game, you'll have to devise and execute an escape plan from prison. The game features numerous scenarios designed for both single-player and cooperative play. In the latter, you'll interact with your partner to flawlessly execute the planned escape. Despite its simple graphics, this game is immersive thanks to its almost limitless possibilities and entertaining humor accompanying each escape. Stick Fight, a highly enjoyable physics-based stick fighting game with numerous maps and various weapons. Playing it is a must with friends as it can get repetitive quickly otherwise. It's a continuous brawl where everything is simply absurd. Swing your stick and bash everything that moves or use tons of scattered weapons strategically. It's lively and dynamic with enjoyable physics, especially when, for example, you attempt to blast your friend with a shotgun but end up getting thrown into lava due to the recoil. Enter the Gungeon, a crazy shooter dedicated to a bunch of adventurers searching for the legendary gun. To reach it, you must obliterate hundreds of enemies and be sure the monsters guarding the artifact won't give it up willingly. The game combines dynamic shootouts where you'll roll and flip tables to create makeshift cover with a fun visual design and plenty of humor. It's a fun and moderately challenging game that becomes even better in cooperative play. Human: Fall Flat, a puzzle game featuring amusing characters navigating various levels and solving various puzzles. The game's fun and difficulty are heightened by its local physics model. Characters fall at the slightest nudge, and lifting even a simple boulder requires significant effort and nerves. Yet, these quirks are not irritating but rather entertaining, especially when playing with a friend through split screen. Unravel 2, an atmospheric puzzle game that continues the adventures of the yarn-bound hero, now accompanied by another character. It's an unusual story intertwined with captivating gameplay. The game's features include advanced physics, interesting puzzles, well-crafted 3D environments, and excellent graphics. Cooperative play is local only, but that doesn't make it any less enjoyable. That's all. Thank you for watching. The Image Game channel was with you. Have a good day.